Hello, my name is Lena. I am the owner of Kindred Spirits Tours in St. Augustine, Florida. I wanted to start a video series to talk to you guys about the history and the paranormal here in St. Augustine, Florida. My tours are very different than anything else you will see in town, not just because I am very different than most people you'll meet, but also because I really love history and I am a medium and I believe in the spirit world. And all of that mixes together for a unique experience, unlike any tour you're going to find in town. So the point of this is to kind of answer some frequently asked questions that my guests have asked me. Although my company is young, I have been working as a ghost tour guide in St. Augustine for almost 3 years. So while I was in St. Augustine doing all of these tours, I had a lot of experiences. You can read more about those on my blog. And the one that I do want to talk about today is one of the most frequently asked questions I get. What do ghosts look like? This is such a weird question for me to answer because it's like asking what do humans look like, or what do dogs look like? Every ghost is different. There are different types. There are different variants, but it really is more than just a look. It's an energy. It's a feeling. There are some spirits that are light and perhaps stayed for reasons other than fear. They stayed to take care of somebody. They stayed to protect something. Or they just stayed because they were already having fun here on Earth and they weren't ready to give it up yet. Those spirits can look very much like a happy family member. Some of them are even just as clear to me as you or I would be standing in front of each other. Now, these spirits are kind of my favorites. There's one that I've seen so often now, it feels like a friend. And I'll literally wave like I saw a friend across the hall. It's, hey! And they know that I'm a friendly person, that I love to tell their story, and I love to interact with them as much as I can. Now, there are other spirits that are quite the opposite. I recently posted a blog about one of those spirits, but I'll tell you a little bit about him right here on the video. So there is one spirit that I do know of in St. Augustine, and many, many like him are out there that were mean, horrible, even evil people in life. They have returned in the spirit form to continue that kind of evil. Now, this spirit in particular likes to make himself look big, hulking, terrifying. Twists in his face. I'm not the only one who has described him as having a too stretched out smile, fangs, large forehead, perhaps with horns. He is trying to terrify you, to threaten you, to make you uncomfortable, because that's the kind of person he was in life. Just like people, there's energies to them. There's vibes, for lack of a better word. I love the word vibes. So he just makes you feel that discomfort that you would feel if you were in public transportation and you just kind of had a feeling about the person standing next to you. You don't have to know anything about them and just feel maybe it's time to move a little bit further down. That's what he likes to convey. On the opposite of it, there's playful children spirits. That they make me smile and giggly. I'm even really possessive of one as though it was my own child. I think sometimes their playfulness and glee gives me hope that the spirit world is not just dark and gloomy and terrifying, but can also show hope. Maybe he stayed because he wanted to have fun. He didn't want to give it up yet. Then there's the spirits on the in-between. There are spirits that are just mulling about in their day-to-day life. Now, these just look like regular people. In a crowded city like St. Augustine with all of the tourists, it just looks like another tourist walking by, except for that little something off. Except for that little, they're too dark or too clear even, where you just know they're not exactly with us. But they're just mulling about like everyone else, so I don't try to approach at all. But I definitely don't inquire further than just another guy. I will tell one story, and I just think it's very funny. My boyfriend James, he is also a ghost tour guide. He is my lead researcher currently, and he was telling stories in an alley next to a old speakeasy that had a gambling ring in it. As he's standing in his alley telling the story, I look at the end of the alley and I see two spirit figures. Just like I said, kind of too dark to be their pedestrians, wearing hats, like the kind of top hats. Just kind of meandering. They see James in a large crowd in front of them, so he's telling his story, and I see these guys walk up, just like you or I would, especially if you thought it was some kind of gambling. They're kind of like, what's going on over there? What's going on? They hear James begin the story, and they kind of turn around and walk away, almost as if they'd heard him time and time again, and there was nothing cool going on there that was interesting to them, so they just decided to move on. This is how I see the spirit world. It's not just, the souls of the dark energies or the Civil War soldiers and the widows. It's just people who have ended this form of life, moved on to the next, and interact with us day to day in one way or another. So if you ever have any fear about the spirit world, just think of it that way. Have the same healthy fear you have for strangers and people in your life, sometimes more, because they can move things and they are not always seen. But at the same time, don't write off a spiritual experience immediately as something evil or bad, terrifying. You never know when it's just a nice person wanting to be seen. And that's what I do with my tours every night. Thank you guys for listening. If you're interested in more of these videos, please comment, let me know, ask me any questions you want to hear. And if you want to take a tour and meet me in person, maybe take a mystic tour and have experience with the other side yourself, follow my links, follow me on the socials. I have Facebook and Instagram as of now, and book a tour. We go out 6 nights a week, Saturdays for mystic tours, and you might learn a little something, and you might hear some really great stories. Even if you've taken 1,000 ghost tours in town, I promise you, I'll give you something you've never heard before. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Signing off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to do more videos like this in the future. Please like and subscribe so you can keep up with all of our spooky stories. And if you are in St. Augustine, book a tour with Kindred Spirits Tours. We can definitely show you around and teach you some really cool facts.